Kodam, Kokavod Le'yo, Yehovah Kodosh Israel, Ve'adonenu, HaMashiach Ben Ami, Kol Nesichav Sarav, Aturav, Ekol Chasidav B'Malkut Yo, Alushe Krovim, Alushe Rekokim Nevakim B'Shmo, Ulmano. Chag Sameach, Modim L'Simcha. Would like to welcome everyone to the Prophetic Priesthood channel as we give you the spiritual significance of Memorial Passover during this very, very special year, which we have called the Sanctification of the 50th year of the prophetic vision. First of all, we'd like to refer to the scriptural references that are connected to Memorial Passover. And let us first read from the book of Leviticus, 23rd chapter, verses 4 through 8. And it reads on this wise. These are the appointed seasons of Yah, even holy convocations, which ye shall proclaim in their appointed season. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at dusk, or at evening, is Yah's Passover. And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yah. 7 days ye shall eat unleavened bread. In the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no manner of servile work. And ye shall bring an offering made by fire unto Yah 7 days. In the 7th day is an holy convocation. Ye shall do no manner of servile work. Also reading from the book of Exodus, 12th chapter, verses 14 through 17. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yah throughout your generations. You shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Howbeit the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. For whoever eateth leavened bread from the first day unto the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And the first day there shall be to you a holy convocation. In the 7th day, a holy convocation. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done by you. And ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread, for in the selfsame day have I brought your hosts out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall ye observe this day throughout your generations by an ordinance forever. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Yahweh. We have sanctified this 50th year of the prophetic vision of 1966 to ascribe greatness unto Yah Yehovah and to magnify the accomplishments of our beloved Ben Ami HaMashiach. Everything that has occurred in our kingdom lives is due to this precious 45 seconds. What can we extract from the principles of the vision that will give us greater understanding of Memorial Passover in the 16th year of the marriage realm and cause us to have greater alignment with Yah and our purpose? Well, first of all, let's revisit the unfolding of events leading up to the 45-second prophetic vision for more clarity. Our beloved Ben Ami HaMashiach told us that during 1966, his soul was very troubled by the multiplicity of problems that were facing our people at that time. Our people were oppressed, discriminated against, underpaid, and overworked. It seemed as if there was no solution for their predicament. Their condition was very similar to the condition of our forefathers in ancient Egypt when they were enslaved by the Egyptian rule of the Pharaoh. Just like Moses, when he killed the Egyptian overseer, Ben-Ami wanted to help his people out of their predicament. Ben-Ami prayed unto the Creator to allow him to play a role in helping his people get out of their predicament. As he lay on his bed troubled, he was visited by the angel Gabriel, who gave him a solution to that predicament. The solution came by way of divine revelation, Gilui Shekhinah in Hebrew, in the form of a 45-second vision of the future events that could occur. You would think that Abba Ben-Ami would have been overjoyed to have received this vision. But a vision can be very frightening and awe-inspiring. Certainly, he didn't expect it to come, nor was he prepared. Abba Ben-Ami said that after receiving the vision, he cried for 3 weeks. That was some kind of vision to cause him to cry for 3 weeks. He cried because he was afraid his people might think he was crazy. He might have even second-guessed himself. But most of all, he didn't want to mislead his people. He said he really wanted to summon the angel Gabriel back for more details in retrospect, but it was not to be so. He said he would have to find faith in the vision, or it would be as if the vision had never occurred. At that point, Abba Ben-Ami said he had to learn about the power of commitment. Now let's go to the definition of the messianic Yah commitment, as has been introduced to us in the Revelation, the formula for physical immortality. The messianic Yah commitment. Until one is committed, there is hesitance, the chance to draw back, ineffectiveness. Concerning the messianic commitment and redemptive process, there is one elementary truth, that the moment one definitely commits himself, then providence moves also. All sorts of things occur to help that otherwise never would have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from that decision, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents, meetings, and material assistance, which no man could have dreamt would come his way. Commitment is an offering. An offering is a commitment. Now let's refer to the Hebrew to get more understanding, more clarity about this terminology. Commitment. In the Hebrew, hitchayvut, which means commitment. It also means obligation, responsibility, duty, and liability. We also have hitchayev in Hebrew, which means to commit oneself, to undertake, to be obligated, or to be responsible for. Now, offer, because we're talking about an offering. In the English, to offer means to present for acceptance or rejection, to show willingness to do something, to give or make a promise, or a proposal or bid, to give or pay something. Now, we also have, when we refer to the scriptural references, we have lehakriv. Lehakriv. And we also have hikriv, which means to sacrifice, to bring near, to advance, most importantly, to cause to come near, or to approach. And then we have karban in Hebrew, which means sacrifice, offering, gift, or vow. Now this is the Hebraic terminology that is used in the scriptural references when it talks about making an offering made by fire for 7 days during Memorial Passover. Lehakriv, hikriv, all right, that's the verb, what you're doing, and what you're actually, the noun form is karban. We have sacrifice, but more importantly, more clearly, offering, which is a gift or a vow. Now, let's paraphrase the messianic Yah commitment that the Holy Father said that he had to come to understand and learn about. Because we can see that commitment is directly related and very similar to offering. It's really one and the same. So let's change the terminology to the messianic Yah offering. Now, until one has offered himself, there is hesitance, the chance to draw back, ineffectiveness. Concerning the messianic offering and redemptive process, there is one elementary truth, that the moment one definitely offers himself, then providence moves also. All sorts of things occur to help that otherwise would never have occurred. A whole stream of events issues from that decision to make that offering, raising in one's favor all manner of unforeseen incidents, meetings, and material assistance, which no man could have dreamt would come his way. The messianic Yah offering. Now, in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, in the 8th verse, we are instructed to make an offering made by fire for 7 days. Every year at this time, Yah has given us 7 days that are an opportunity to focus and to cause Yahuwah, to draw near to us, and for us to be closer unto Him. In order for that to occur, the offerings must be acceptable. They must be without blemish. If we don't find a way to do so, it will be a lost opportunity. We will have gone through the motions of Memorial Passover. we would have eaten the meal, we would have spent time with the family, we would have celebrated, etc. and etc. But the main purpose of this season would not have greater alignment. We would not have caused Yah to draw near to us, and we would not be closer unto Yah. Even though we ate the meal with the family, we celebrated, we laughed, we enjoyed one another, but we would have not caused Yah to draw near to us, nor would we be closer unto Yah. We can possibly have even moved further away from Him during this time. Now, just as our father Ben Ami said, he had to find faith in the vision, or it would be as if it had never occurred. For us, it will be as if Memorial Passover have never occurred. If this would continue year after year, could we possibly get further and further away from Yah? Don't you realize that you can lose this blessed opportunity if you continually offer unacceptable offerings, offerings with blemishes? You can lose your connection to Yah. And not only from your personal offerings that you offer, but the offerings of your families that you're responsible for. What type of offering is being presented unto Yah by your household every year at Memorial Passover? What type of offering are you allowing to be presented in the sanctuary, in the inner sanctuary of your home? Let us refer to the book of Leviticus, the 22nd chapter, verses 17 through 25, where we are given the prototype of the offering that Yah will accept. And it reads, "And Yah spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and to his sons, and unto all the children of Israel, and say unto them, Whosoever he be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers in Israel, that bringeth his offering, whether it be any of their vows, or any of their freewill offerings, which are brought unto Yah for a burnt offering, that ye may be accepted, ye shall offer a male without blemish of the beeves, of the sheep, or of the goats. But whatsoever hath a blemish, that ye shall not bring, for it shall not be acceptable for you. And whatsoever and whosoever bringeth a sacrifice of peace offerings unto Yah, in fulfillment of a vow clearly uttered, or for a freewill offering of the herd of the flock, it shall be perfect to be accepted. There shall be no blemish therein." Now, as we can see in this reference, it said that whoever bringeth a sacrifice in fulfillment of a vow. It was all about a vow. It was all about a free will offering. The sacrifices that our forefathers brought were just representative. They were similitudes of really what they were offering, which would be a vow, which would be a free will offering unto Yah. Yah had no pleasure in offering up a herd or a flock. Okay, but Yah was interested in the offering, the free will, the vow. This is what Yah was really interested in. Continuing in the 22nd verse, blind or broken or maimed or having a wind or scabbed or scurvy, you shall not offer these unto Yah, nor make an offering made by fire of them upon the altar unto Yah. Either a bullock or a lamb that hath anything too long or too short, that mayest thou offer for a freewill offering, but for a vow it shall not be accepted. That which hath its stones bruised, or crushed, or torn, or cut, you shall not offer unto Yah, neither shall ye do thus in your land. Neither from the hand of a foreigner shall ye offer the bread of your God of any of these, because their corruption is in them. There is a blemish in them, and they shall not be accepted for you. Now in Leviticus 22nd chapter 19th verse, Yah says that for your offering to be acceptable, you shall offer a male without blemish. This is the similitude of the offering. This is the spirit of the offering. The English translation doesn't accurately express the Hebrew term that is used. The term used in Hebrew is tamim. Tamim. Tamim, when translated more accurately, means honest, perfect, innocent, upright, whole, full, complete, entire, flawless, and unblemished. Now, so when it's talking about offer a male without blemish, it's talking about offering a male that is perfect. It's talking about offering a male that is whole. Offering a male that is flawless, complete, tamim. We also have a Hebrew term that gives more clarity to the Hebrew thought. When we use the expression tamim, de'im, im, it means of unanimous opinion, of one mind. Of one mind. That means you're supposed to have one mind with Yah. You're supposed to be of unanimous opinion with Yah. That's the alignment. We also have, to give even further clarity, what the Holy Father had given us, which is in the Hebrew, Yom Tamim, which translated means the whole day. The whole day. The Father laid it out for us that we would have to, in order to fulfill the formula to achieve physical immortality, we would have to have the whole day. We would have to have Yom Tamim. So what it was talking about is that every day would have to be whole. Every day would have to be a Yom Tamim. A day that was perfect, whole, full, flawless, in order to achieve physical immortality, in order to fulfill the formula. Now, just for the sake of clarity, the Hebrew terminology, so we'll just know the term used in the scriptures for blemish is mum. Mum. That's why I said it's the Hebrew terminology that is translated into English. When it says a male without blemish, it's more accurately a male that's perfect or whole, flawless. But when the scriptures are referring to blemish more directly, it uses mum, which means a defect or a fault. We can also say a flaw. Now, to give further clarity, when we think of offerings in this season, of course, we have the offerings of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which have a dedicated purpose at this time of the year. It's a memorial dedicated for a particular purpose at this time. But we are presenting an offering unto Yah each and every day by what we do. This is what the Father was talking about. Yom Tamim, the whole day. Are the offerings you are making each day without blemish? Are the offerings that your families and your children are making each day without blemish? If they are blemished, do you think Yah will accept them? If the daily offerings, if the daily sacrifices are not in Yah's interest, do you think that you will continue to stay in His interest? Don't you know that you can find yourself in the Holy Land, disconnected from Yah, with ears that hear not, and eyes that see not? In other words, no Yah understanding. You can have a flaw in your character. You will have a flaw if you don't offer acceptable offerings. If your offerings, your daily sacrifices are blemished. You have a flaw in your character that will prevent you from serving Yah with your whole heart, your whole soul, and your whole might. You see, this is the whole that the Father was talking about. This is Yah's requirement, the whole. The Father said anything less than whole is blemished and unacceptable. So in conclusion, I would like to refer to one of the teachings of our master teacher, Ben Ami Hamashiach, entitled Reversal of the Process. On page 3, starting with the third paragraph, it reads, "The prerequisite is obey my voice, and ye shall be my people." Obedience is predicated to reap the blessings. You can lose the ability to be His people if you are not obedient. This is what Abba taught us. Yah Yisrael will take stones and raise them up if He has to. The blessings are ours only if we are obedient. Only if we are obedient. Why didn't our people hear the prophets? Why couldn't they hear? What were the prophets saying? They were only saying things like, obey my voice, which means obey Yah's voice. They were saying, walk in all the ways that Yah has commanded. This is all that they were saying. What was it, though, that convinced them to deceive themselves that if they were disobedient unto Yah, that nothing was going to happen to them? How did they deceive themselves into thinking this? What convinced them that even though they were not obedient, that Yah would not leave them? How did they actually think that they could continue to be disobedient and Yah wouldn't leave them? They deceived themselves. They couldn't hear. Their ears were closed. They were foolish. What were the prophets saying that caused the people to close their ears? Because they did not want to hear them. If you reject truth, if you reject knowledge, your ears will close. They rejected truth. They didn't want to hear the truth. But the prophets were only giving them instructions on how to live. But they only wanted to do that which was pleasing their own eyes, and not what was pleasing unto the Most High. They didn't want to align themselves, have a unanimous opinion with Yah. They didn't want to have one mind with Yah. They wanted to have their own mind. They wanted to do what was pleasing in their own eyes and not pleasing unto the Most High. The prophets were saying these things over and over and over, but the people were insensitive. You have to hear, Israel, you have to hear. For the prophets were also told to cry aloud and spare not. You have to be careful lest you become just some Negroes replicating the Negro lifestyle and mentality, walking around in the Holy Land, the land of lands. You can become that. You can become just some Negroes replicating the Negro lifestyle and mentality, saying Yah out of your mouth. But when Yah is far, far from your heart, the mind that you have is far, far from being unanimous with Yah, far from being one mind with Yah. For further clarity, Let us go to the book of Isaiah, the 30th chapter, verses 1 to 3, to hear more about what can happen, what it will be if you don't obey Yah's voice and walk in all the ways that he has commanded. Yah says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yah, that take counsel, because they're taking counsel from somewhere. They're being influenced by someone, some idea, some thought, some culture, some counsel, as Yah says, but not his counsel. He said, but not of me. They take counsel, but not my counsel. And that form projects that are not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. They just piling sin one on top of the other. That walk to go down into Egypt. That means you walk in the way of Egypt. That means you're walking with an Egyptian mind. And Yah says that you have not asked at my mouth. You have not sought Yah's counsel in his direction. You have not sought to have one mind with Yah, to take refuge. You have sought to take refuge in the stronghold of Pharaoh, in the culture of Pharaoh, in the mind of Pharaoh, and to take shelter in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the stronghold of Pharaoh, shall the culture of Pharaoh, shall the mind of Pharaoh turn to be your shame. It will be observable. It will be visible. You can see it. It will be your shame. You will wear it. Everyone will know when they look upon you that it's your shame. What you're wearing, the hair, the clothing, the things that you're doing, it will be your shame. And the shelter in the shadow of Egypt will become your confusion. You're confused. You don't understand. You say, I don't understand. And you don't. You can't, because you've taken hold of the mind of Pharaoh, the Egyptian mind, the modern Egyptian mind, the mind of Babylon, America, the mind of Satan that is expressed in the form of a Negro. Negro culture. That will be your shame and your confusion. So in this, the sanctification of the 50th year of the prophetic vision, we have had the blessed opportunity in our generation to have witnessed 2 captivities. When I say witness, I'm referring that we can give understanding. Yah has given us the understanding of the 2 captivities. The captivity of the ancient Egyptians and the captivity of modern Egypt, Babylon, America. We are Yah's witnesses to those two captivities. Therefore, there should be absolutely no doubt in our minds as to what Yah requires to receive the blessings as well as the consequences of not being obedient to his voice. During the feast of unleavened bread, in this, the 50th year of the prophetic vision, the sanctification of that holy and prophetic event, as well as each and every day. Let us remember and apply the power of the messianic Yah commitment that the Holy Father has taught us about. Let us apply the power of the messianic Yah offering. Let us offer up perfect, unblemished offerings unto Yah, Yahuwah, in all that we do. This is the only way that we can cause Yah to draw near unto us and to continue to give us his divine revelation. There may be other revelations that you receive. Revelations from the stronghold of Pharaoh. But this is not Yah's divine revelation. Things may be revealed unto you. There's all manner of knowledge that is being perpetuated throughout the earth at this particular time. But we have to rely upon Yah's divine revelation if we are to receive the solutions to our predicament. Yah requires that we serve him and him alone with our whole heart, with our whole soul, and with our whole might. Tamim. Tamim. Lev Tamim. Sekel Tamim. Nefesh Tamim. Anything else, anything less is blemished and unacceptable. Anything less is blemished and unacceptable. Let those that have ears, let them hear the words of the Holy One of Israel, Yahuwah. May the Holy One of Israel bless you and keep you. Make his face to shine upon you and give you an eternal place in his great kingdom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Yochai, Yochai, Yochai. Selah.